Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. And I've got a replay for you in the T110E5 of all tanks. This replay has been sitting on my hard drive for 2 months now. It's a pretty damn old replay, and now I want to get rid of it, so I'm releasing it on YouTube. Lol. So the T110E5, one of the old school tier 10s, you could say. This thing back in the day used to be a really strong tank. Back when there were IS-7s and Mouses and pretty much not that much to fight. And then Super Conqueror came out. And then this thing was just irrelevant. There was at one point where this thing was said to have been completely overpowered. When the frontal armor, this thing was insane. And then they nerfed it about 6 months to a year later. That's how long it takes wargaming to nerf tanks. And the funny thing is, that E5 is probably more balanced than some of the tanks that are currently in the game now, I feel. I'm looking at tanks like the Chieftain, the 279E, the 430U, which is getting nerfed apparently. I've seen the nerfs. At least they're not just hitting it with a sledgehammer. It's actually quite a relevant nerf. And the Projector as well, which question mark? Got to be honest with that one. But yeah, the E5, probably one of my favourite tier 10s for about 3-4 years. I managed to get the markup on this thing to around about 93.8. And then I just didn't touch it for this tank for almost 2 years. This was pretty much my first battle in 2 years in this tank, and do you know what? It's still an alright tank. Like, if you've not got tanks like the Super Conqueror and Chieftain, it's still a decent tank. It's just so out of meta now. It's quite mobile, but the DPM is just not there. I've always felt that if Wargaming wants to balance the E5 and the Super Conqueror, all they have to do is swap the rate of fires, so the Super Conqueror has the E5 rate of fire, and just buff the gun handling of the Super Conqueror, and maybe just slightly nerf the gun handling of the E5 for the better rate of fire. Because the Super Conqueror, of course, has more hit points. The only thing that the Super Conqueror doesn't have over the E5 is mobility. The Super Conqueror is a slug of a tank. I don't know what this 140 is doing. I think he's trying to do a one-on-one, and if I'm honest, I think I bugger up one of his ammo racks with one of those shots, because his rate of fire goes down all of a sudden. He's not slapping me as much. But yeah, the E5, still a decent tank. Definitely don't get it for a competitive meta. It's probably one of the easiest tier 10s in the game to free mark, as you're going to see. And there's this trick with free marking. If you leave a tank for like 6 months and you play a game and it's an insane game, you have a really high gain in the marks. Get balanced 430U. That was a really nice shot into his lower plate. But yeah, if you're finding it really difficult to free mark a tank and you're really close to the mark, leave the tank for a couple of months and try to have a good game in it when you go to play it again, as you may take a 2% rise in the marks at times, something like that. And we're going to go for this Super Conqueror. This has been a really quick game. Not going to complain though, because I've been racking up the damage. We're at 4.6k, which, come to think of it, for tier 10 isn't remarkable, is it really? And can we find a kill on this IS-7? Can we? This Super Conqueror wants it as well. No, I think that's the 277 that picks it up, and that's the game. So yeah, we managed to pick up our third mark of excellence, and as you can see, we had a pretty decent game in the T110E5, though not amazing for a tier 10. And yeah, that's today's replay in the T110E5. Still a decent tank. It's just been left behind by time and just countless overpowered tier 10s being put into the game by Wargaming. So yeah, rant over. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one.